What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I wanted to talk about the Vruz sale or the Vruz promo card that came out and why I think it was so effective for getting people to do this specific one thing, which is stake SPS. Now, I thought the promo was great. I think the card is a lot of fun. I've used it in a couple of battles already. And ultimately, what the team has been wanting people to do since the launch of SPS is to get people to stake SPS. So I took a mental snapshot of like where we were at in terms of total SPS staked when the promo card came out, and we were at about 520 million. So you can see that we've increased about 30 million just for this promotion, which you might look at that and say, oh, 30 million SPS isn't that much. 30 million out of a billion in circulation, that's not going to be a lot. But when you break it down, that's 3% roughly, right? 3% of all SPS. 3% of all SPS was staked in the last week or so. But even more so than that, I want to break down some numbers here. You can see there's 457 million liquid SPS. So let's add the 30 back on there, right? Before people had to make a decision, you had 487 million kind of liquid circulating SPS. But you take out what's in the DAO currently. So you got 68 million or 68.6 million from the Riftwatcher sale that's in the DAO, minus the 15.6 million from the node licenses. So now we're down to 400 million. Keep in mind that the team holds some, but I don't know how much the team has right now, and I'm not going to speculate, but the team is probably holding some liquid there as well. So what I'm trying to bring with that is that that's not necessarily liquid unless the team is going to sell SPS, but I don't think they have any intention of selling SPS, at least not right now. So you take that 30 divided by 400, or 402 to be exact, and now we're up to like 7.5%, right? So again, you might look at these numbers and say, oh, well, that's kind of small, right? So that wasn't really, it's not, these aren't like large numbers. But I would say when we're talking about hundreds of millions of tokens here, that's a significant amount. I mean, 30 million SPS tokens, right? We'll just call it that, point times 0.03. I mean, that's almost $1 million that people chose to lock up in the, in the staking contract for 4 weeks. So to me, this has been one of the most effective ways in getting people to do the intended action of staking as much SPS as you can. And this gets me excited for a couple things coming down the pipeline, because keep in mind, we have, and maybe the timeline is going to be a little fuzzy here, but we have 4 weeks, right? Or maybe 3.5 weeks at this point before people can unstake whatever they put in, right? So maybe we go back down to 520 million, maybe even go lower than 520 million by the end of April, let's say. But in the meantime, the team has 2, maybe 3 sprints, 2.5 sprints to get certain things out and make it more worthwhile for us to stake SPS. The first of which I'm thinking, actually the main point of which I'm thinking, is the staking requirements for CP. Now, we don't have any details on that. It seems like the team is still working through how that all is going to work. So we may not get that within the first month. But I think that more direct utility for SPS is going to get the intended action, right? So we're going to get something like that. I would actually say, and this is the question that I'm going to leave you guys with here, so this video doesn't get too long, but would you like to see more promo cards that are given to SPS stakers in the way that Vruz was? And maybe, let me level that up a second. Maybe it doesn't need to be promo cards, but should there be other things done or other creative outside the box ideas that entice people to stake SPS directly? Again, I know people are going to make the argument that this is surpassing vouchers, but I would say at this point, we can get voucher utility, but voucher utility doesn't necessarily equal staking, right? Those can be two separate things, and I don't mind if both of them have separate utilities. Like, you get something for staking SPS, and if you don't want to use your vouchers, right? If you don't want to get access to it, then you sell your vouchers. But if you want to get those things, then all of a sudden it's not like you're fighting with everybody else. But you think about the two different types of promos that we've done, where sure, you might have the vouchers and you might have all the DEC, but if the promo card sells out in an instant, you don't get anything. Whereas here, because you are staking SPS, you are guaranteed to get X amount, right? Like that is a privilege that is given to you that is different than vouchers. I don't want to say more or less than vouchers, but it's different than vouchers. And I think that has value. I think that has a lot of value, and I would love to see more things like that in the future that entice and motivate people to stake their SPS. So that's my question for you guys to kind of close out this video is, would you be open to the DAO doing more proposals like this, where, again, it doesn't necessarily need to be a promo card, but maybe some other cool one-off ideas that give some benefits that entice people to stake? Because I will say that, again, and I'm hopeful, right? I'm just guessing here, but if people start to stake more, it gets a little sticky, right? Especially with if the prices are low and we're not in like a raging bull market. People are going to be like, yeah, I'm earning, I'm getting a GLX airdrop, I'm getting vouchers and more SPS. Like, let me just leave it in there, right? Maybe they unstake and maybe whatever the case is, but we want more and more people to stake over time to take that supply off of the market. And then, once burning becomes much more widespread, if and when we hit the eventual peg value here for DEC and we eat up all the DEC with land, to me that could make for a very exciting couple of months here. And if we can cap that capitalize on that every couple of months or every quarter with one of these types of different promo cards or promo materials or just something for staking SPS, I don't know. To me, that could add a lot of value, because if we're doing 3% of the liquid SPS every time, that's going to start to add up over the course of a year. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, and I'm open to any ideas that you guys have for this, but I just look at the numbers raw as they are. And to me, this was a resounding success in motivating and encouraging people to stake more SPS. And I would love to see ongoing efforts for that over the next couple of months, over the next couple of weeks, I should say, and the next couple of months. So we'll see what the team has in line, but keep in mind that this proposal came from the community. And that means if we have other great ideas, the community can back them and we can move forward with them. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.